Welcome to the first Lil podcast with Lil Pink and Lil Ty. Today we will be talking about football.
Okay, first we're going to talk about the Chiefs win against the Bengals. Man, that was a close game. Chiefs come out with a ending field goal. Juke, what do you think about that game?
I thought it was a very close match, up and down the field, constantly back and forth. Now the calling on that game was pretty well. That last play that put Harrison Butker right there to put it in. I don't personally agree with that call, but if you're a Chiefs fan, you really like that call. So personally, I don't think that last call was great, but I'm not the officials. So
final score 20-23. Bengals in the beginning they were not doing very good. They came back, they had some good toe tap catches. The Chiefs just come out with the win on that one. Alright, now Juke, let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Alright, so personally I think the Chiefs are gonna come out on top. I'm not really a Chiefs fan. I'm not really an Eagles fan either. But the thing that puts the Chiefs over the top is they have good QB. Jalen Hurts, he's okay QB. He just isn't really that experienced with the Super Bowl thing and stuff like that. He experienced as Patrick Mahomes in that category. Patrick Mahomes has been to quite a bit of Super Bowls. I think it's two. And so Jalen Hurts hasn't been to one yet, unless he was on the bench. He's not on the level yet as Patrick Mahomes. They've got Travis Kelce compared to Hurts. I think it is. Who's their?
I don't know who their tight end is.
But the wide receivers, you've got TikTok Boy compared to Mr. Brown. You've got, and then who else is their second?
They got Darius Slay, Eagles.
That's tough.
They got Robinson the second, Chiefs. I think that's gonna be a good matchup.
So at the point of at what point of the Super Bowl do you think that they will be the closest? Now there's two answers. The first one's kind of obvious.
Okay, I think number one, it's either gonna be either a blowout or it's gonna be a really close matchup. Now, for my standings, I think that the Eagles are over top on this one. I understand the wide receiver core on the Chiefs, I think, is probably better, but the Eagles have just dominated this whole season. And so I think Jalen Hurts, he might struggle, but they're going to come out with the win because A.J. Brown, he just came back. Man, he's good. You got Darius Slay, he's going on a rampage. And then Chiefs, I understand they got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, all them superstars, Hall of Famers, whatever. But Patrick Mahomes, he has choked before in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, never been in one. But I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Well, I have to put a little perspective on that. I mean, there is a point where you do say Patrick Mahomes has choked a few times in that Super Bowl and Super Bowls. But you have to think Jalen Hurts, he's never played in the Super Bowl. But I feel like if you put out a certain game plan to counteract with the Eagles, because they're like their name, Eagles, they like to fly and they like to go down the field and try and attack you. But I think that the Chiefs run a 3-4 defense zone, whatever, with extra,
you'll stop it
because they like to get A.J. Brown deep and get him down.
Yeah, their passing game. They do have a running game, but
it's not
the best.
explosive.
Next, let's talk about 49ers, Eagles. What a blowout. 49ers, I expected a good game. I thought they were going to make the Super Bowl. Nope. Eagles, they said, you are not going to that Super Bowl. That's ours. We haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time, so goodbye.
Now, this is a little late for this situation, but in my opinion, the Bills-Bengals game.
Oh yeah,
that was a fun one to watch. I'm a Bills fan all the way. I'm not mad. They played horrible.
Yeah, they came off that tragic event with Demarcus Hamlin or
Damar Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin. Yeah, it's just tragic. I think they were all shook from that moment.
And I think they just didn't want to get out there and be the next one. So but I don't take that as an excuse. Honestly, they just didn't play very well. They just didn't play very well at home. I think they could have played a lot better. But Bengals, good job. I like the comment that Joe Burrow made. He was like, the lady was like, "Oh, do you have any comments about the game and how they were already selling tickets?"
Oh yeah.
The NFL better start giving out the refunds. Now that right there, no QB, in my opinion, is gonna go out there and like that. I mean,
that was cold moment right there.
That was like cold-blooded, like ooh.
Also, back to the Bills. They started strong. Like I thought they were Super Bowl rank. I thought they were going all the way. But then, just after that tragic event happened, they just fell off. It's like when you're in a race, like Cars 3, when he's racing, he does really good in his first couple of years. And in this situation, it'd be the beginning of the season. And then after he gets older and stuff, he starts slowing down and doesn't win more races and races. That represents the end of the Bills season. I think that Bills, they really fell off in this situation.
Okay, so this is what was I gonna say? So Mr. What's his face? Mr. Irrelevant. People say, oh, he barely played any games. Those games, he was putting their team on his back. But when your two starting QBs are out, it's going to be tough. But he said, I'm going to go as far as I can, even though I was the very last person. Nobody believed in me. I'm going to go because I believe in myself. I believe that I can go the distance. And he proved to us that he went that distance. He said, I'm going to do it. He did it. Now, if you were to say, like, if someone that, say a veteran, like an older guy, third string
Ben Roethlisberger. Or let's say what's his face? He's the third.
For what team?
He is I forget. Let's just say like somebody like Ben Roethlisberger was a third string quarterback.
And he was doing hot at the beginning of his career, but that next season, we don't know what Brock Purdy's going to do, Mr. Irrelevant's going to do next season, because he was but he also has, he either could go good or bad next year, because he's got a bunch of good players around him that easily helped, but that's also a good team to trade away and get value in, so it's either or they keep him. And, I mean, obviously, I think they're going to obviously keep him. But I don't know if they're going to want to, do anything to get all their players out. But I think they could definitely get a lot of value out of Debo, CMC.
Yeah.
I know they probably want to get Jimmy G out of there. Or Trey Lance,
he's
one
getting
of the two.
old.
Now, I think that you could easily say that... You could easily say that they're going to obviously get rid of him, but you never know because look at the Dolphins. They've got Tua, Bridgewater, and Thompson.
Yeah.
Tua, people make fun of him. He's not a bad QB. He just doesn't have the arm strength. Bridgewater, Teddy Two Gloves. I mean, not really say there. He's like basically the same.
How old is that dude? He's played for every team he can imagine.
He's 11. He's an 11-year veteran.
He's played. I can think of almost every team in the NFL he's played for him. You know what I mean?
But then you've got Thompson, who in I think the Buffalo Bills game where they lost, close game actually. That was like a nail biter because I'm a Bills fan and my parents and my family's a Dolphins fan. It was like who gets the bragging rights, you know? I obviously got the bragging rights there. Close. It was too close though. That should have not been the case.
Yeah.
We didn't. Bills thought it was going to be a piece of cake. They weren't ready, but they barely got it done. But few of those we would have lost if Tyreek Hill and Waddle actually put their hands out. Few of those were broken touchdowns or just like get from your 20-yard line to their 20-yard line. It was one of those things where it's just catch the ball and you'll have lots. So I think Bills would have definitely lost that if they didn't have, like, if they would have, you know, done better. Now I think if they didn't get rid of what's his face? If they didn't get rid of Devontae Parker, I think they would have had. I mean,
they would have been
unstoppable in the wide receiver core. I personally think that they were unstoppable in the wide receiver core even without Devontae Parker, but still, if you had it, and so I just think that was the case. Now, Landon, what do you think? Personally, what do you think in the NFL? What do you think is going to go down? Who do you think is going to get traded? Retirements. What do you think is going on?
Before we talk about this trade game, let's talk a little bit about these Cowboys. I thought they were doing good. Good team. Playoffs, fell off there. CeeDee Lamb, I thought he was going to be good this year. Last year, good rookie. You know what I mean? Came out this year, he did good. He didn't come to my, standings, though. I thought he was going to do at least the same as he did or better than what he did.
Yeah, I think that, Dallas isn't getting rid of Dak.
Dak did good.
Dak did pretty well, but I think you could get a lot of stuff for Ezekiel because you've got Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Also, that is a person that will keep you on your back.
Yeah. Also about Ezekiel Elliott, man was good this year. Just like Saquon Barkley, they both were bad last year. They took a step up this year. That really improved both of them teams. New York, they had good, started off good. Playoffs, they didn't do so good. But enough with that. Let's talk about these tradings, rookies that are getting in.
Retirements.
Everything, retirements. So first, I think Brady will retire. He is 47, whatever. However old this man is. Also, I think Chris Harrison, he might not get drafted this year since that.
So, yeah, Tua's not really working out for them. I think they honestly need a new QB. I mean, they could get rid of one of their other QBs and move Tua down to the second slot and get a better QB. Now, the Tom Brady thing. He says he's going to retire. He's been saying that for
How long now?
3, 4, 5 years now. Saying, I'm going to be done. Now, I think...
Yeah, and he even retired with Gronk. Oh, I think I'm going to come back. And then, you know how he retired last season, but then he came back?
It's like Michael Jordan. Yeah, it's like Michael Jordan with The Last Dance. He says, The Last Dance, but he retires, 4 times?
Yeah, he's retired and came back 4 times maybe. Yeah, it's just...
And it's, crazy because then you think, normal players, if they say they're going to retire, they're going to retire. Now, with Tom Brady, if he says he's going to retire, he's not going to retire. He's probably going to, go a few extra years. Now, I think he is going to play next season, but I feel like he's going to be old. He's going to get sacked in week.
Oh yeah, I hope he retires this season. This man, he's gonna get seriously injured.
I think, this is my prediction. He's coming back. Week 3, he's gonna get sacked, and his hip. Okay, this might sound weird. This might sound like an old person thing. He's gonna get hit in the hip, and he's gonna break his hip. He's gonna get.
I can see that happening.
Week 3, I'm calling it. Week 3, he's gonna get hit in the side, and I think he's honestly Tom Brady. I think he's going to the Raiders. It's my He's gonna get absolutely demolished. Week 3,
and also
let me see. Who are they playing?
Week 3 next year. Raiders. Week 3, 2023-2024 season. We're looking it up right now.
Raiders
week 3. And guys, if Tom Brady does go to the Raiders and he gets injured like this, as you get older, like in the NFL, at a certain point, you're gonna be hurting so bad. Tom Brady will not be able to make a practice. He'll be like Antonio Brown.
Raiders
have to skip everything. 2024 season.
Oh yeah, 2024.
No, 2023 and then 2024.
Oh yeah. They are facing. Who are they gonna face?
Let's see. I think this is the whole thing. 2024.
Oh, they have the schedules up till 2027, but in 2024, in week
Kansas City. So
I think he's gonna get hit by Frank Clark off the end.
Frank Clark or say
Jones.
Chris Jones.
Gonna absolutely bully.
Okay, now we're at defensive line now. Let's talk about Myles Garrett and some of them defensive ends. So I'm gonna talk about what's the guy that plays for the Rams? 99. Aaron Donald. He did not meet my standards this year. I know I have very high standards for everyone, but you're in the NFL. You're pro. Look up how many sacks he had. I think he might have had. This was his season with his least sacks. Also, Myles Garrett, even though I like the Browns and they're my team, he did not do good this year. I think he's injured some 2 times through the year. Last year, he was very dominant.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah, all season. He was not dominant this year. Usually, every year. Aaron Donald only had
this year, 2022.
Only had 5 sacks. 5. Last year he had 12. How many sacks did Myles Garrett have? I don't think he did good either.
I think he did better.
I think he has around maybe 9 sacks, 13 maybe. But last year,
no, the all-time high for Aaron Donald, he had like 20 in a season. Now,
the high is 20. I think the highest ever is 22 sacks in a season, and that's dominant. I don't know who did that, but dang.
He had 16
sacks.
16 sacks, and he also went to the Pro Bowl. Now, let's look up in his career, because
what's his average sack every year? What's his average sack?
How many sacks does Myles Garrett have?
I think I'm a little off, because I didn't think he did. I might be thinking last year, but 16 sacks, I think he averages that. My standards is,
I'm going to say in his career, he averages,
to pass that goal,
I'm saying he averages 17 sacks. So how many seasons has he played? So he has 74.5 sacks
in his career.
Now he's played 20 seasons.
Or
how many seasons
has Myles Garrett played? I think it's only been like 5.
You're way off.
Really?
Yeah. Way off.
6. Yeah.
So for 6, he's had.
What's 75.5 divided by 6? Look that up. 75.5.
75. 5.5
divided by 6.
divided.
So his average every year is about 12 sacks. So he actually went over average this year.
About 12.5. Yeah, but I feel like Myles Garrett is the one to do the job. Now he can get down there, and if he does his job, he does it correctly. Now there isn't another defensive lineman in my opinion that is more dominant. Now,
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
like if we go here, look at this. Look at this. He had in his 6 years, he's had 171 solo tackles, 77 assists.
Oh, then that's wrong.
No, it's not.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And
I thought it was only 75.5.
No, it's
that's
sacks.
solo tackles.
And now he has 4 fumble recoveries. Now that